धीमहि यो यो नमः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नमः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति।
सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। ओम बसाले बसाले मन मंदिर मेरा, बसाले मन मंदिर मेरा, बसाले मन मंदिर मेरा। बनेंगे बिगड़े तेरे काम, बनेंगे बिगड़े तेरे काम। बसाले मन मंदिर मेरा, बसाले मन मंदिर मेरा। राम नाम जीवन का सहारा, राम बिना सूना जग सारा। राम नाम जीवन का सहारा, राम बिना सूना जग सारा। राम बिना सूना तन मन धन, सूना तेरा धाम। राम बिना सूना तन मन धन, सूना तेरा धाम। बसाले मन मंदिर मेरा, बसाले मन मंदिर मेरा। बनेंगे बिगड़े तेरे काम, बनेंगे बिगड़े तेरे काम। बसाले मन मंदिर मेरा, बसाले मन मंदिर मेरा। ये दुनिया दरिया का पानी, माया की नगरी अज्ञानी। ये दुनिया दरिया का पानी, माया की नगरी अज्ञानी। अपने पराये सब मतलब के साथरी का नाम। अपने पराये सब मतलब के साथरी का नाम। बसाले मन मंदिर मेरा, बसाले मन मंदिर मेरा। बनेंगे बिगड़े तेरे काम, बनेंगे बिगड़े तेरे काम। बसाले मन मंदिर मेरा, बसाले मन मंदिर मेरा। चार दिनों की ये उजियारी, फिर तेरी दुनिया अंधियारी। चार दिनों की ये उजियारी, फिर तेरी दुनिया अंधियारी। जीत उसी की होती है जिसके मन में बसते राम। जीत उसी की होती है जिसके मन में बसते राम। बसाले मन मंदिर मेरा, बसाले सुत हनुमान की जय। श्री अम्बे अम्बे मात की जय। श्री सियावर रामचंद्र की जय।
रामा नाम में स्तुति मन में, रामा नाम में स्तुति मन में, रामा नाम में स्तुति मन में, क्षेम मुरवेणी दिन में, क्षेम मुरवेणी दिन में,
श्री राम कृष्ण भगवान की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। श्री अम्बे अम्बे मात की जय। श्री सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। ओम 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 श्री राम शिव राम शिव शिव शंभो। 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 जय जय कृष्णा जय जय गोपाला। जय जय मुरली बंसी वाला। जय जय कृष्णा जय जय गोपाला। जय जय मुरली बंसी वाला। हरि ओम नमः ओम नमामि नमः ओम। 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 परमहंस श्री राम कृष्ण पराशक्ति शारदा देवी। परमहंस श्री राम कृष्ण पराशक्ति शारदा देवी। श्री माँ जय माँ जय जय माँ। ओम 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 श्री राम कृष्ण भगवान की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। श्री अम्बे अम्बे मात की जय। श्री सियावर राम
Salutations to Rama, a veritable moon in giving delight, a haven of safety, all-knowing, the chief of the Raghus, the lord of Sītā, and the master of all. Respected Pravrajika Ishta Pranamataji, dearest elders, loving brothers and sisters, Om Namo Narayanaya. My talk for this evening is unity and peace in the home. The classic epic, the Ramayana, is one of the longest poems ever written. It tells the story of human behavior, their bonding and relations, how one should behave, which are the paths that are to be chosen to live a good dharmic life. Vasudeva Kutumbakam, meaning the whole world is one family, is perfect with regards to tonight's topic. How do we nurture and care for our loved ones? Are we united in what we do? Is there peace in our homes, heart, and minds? Are we living selflessly? These are the qualities that enable us to grow spiritually. Today, due to the impact of the Kali age, there is no bond among brothers in a family. There are conflicts among them leading to disturbances. On the contrary, Ram, Lakshman, Bharat, and Shatrugna had unparalleled unity among themselves. Even while playing games in their childhood, each aspired for the victory of the other. Once, the four young brothers were playing a game. Shortly thereafter, Bharat came to Mother Kaushalya, sat on her lap and started weeping. She asked him, "Bharat, why are you feeling sad? Have you lost the game?" Bharat replied, "Mother, I would have been happy if that was so. But when I was about to lose the game, Rambaya managed to lose the game and made me the winner. I am upset at the defeat of my elder brother." Thus, the love and affection between the brothers were such that they always tried to please the other. They experienced supreme bliss in the company of one another. When Lakshman fell unconscious in the battlefield, Ram was crestfallen. He considered Lakshman as his very life. He lamented, saying, "If I were to search in the world, I may get a mother like Kaushalyama and a wife like Sītā, but not a brother as noble as Lakshman. What is the use of this life without Lakshman?" The four brothers had such understanding among themselves that each was totally unselfish and was prepared to make any sacrifice to please the other. When Bharat returned from the kingdom of Kaikeya, he learned that Ram had gone into exile and would not return for 14 long years. He was disconsolate. He went to the sage Vashishta and said, "O venerable sir, I do not want this kingdom, which has caused the exile of my brother Ram, being the eldest son. Only Ram has the right to rule over the kingdom. Hence, I shall go to the forest now and plead with Ram to return and rule over Ayodhya." Thus, each of the brothers was ready to make any sacrifice for the sake of the other. The Ramayana also demonstrates the bond between the brothers and their wives. Sītā went with Ram to the forest, forsaking her comfort and pleasures of living in the kingdom. Lakshman's wife demonstrated the need for selfless love, as she willingly let her husband accompany Sri Ram to the forest to serve him and Mother Sītā. The bond between each couple displays the sacrifice necessary to live a peaceful life. They instill the need of being loyal to relationships and encourage us to shoulder the responsibilities of selfless acts. How should brothers and sisters conduct themselves? In the Ramayana, we find the demonstration of such great ideals. Merely going through the sacred text of the Ramayana is not enough. We have to emulate the ideals. The Ramayana transcends the barriers of time, space, caste, and religion. In all nations, at all times, and under all circumstances, unity is very essential to find fulfillment in life. Even birds and animals have unity among themselves. They do not have the selfishness of hoarding things. Today we find wicked tendencies in man that are not found even in birds and animals. There is not a single instance of eternal dispute in the family of Dasratha. You may question, was not KK responsible for a family dispute that led to the exile of Ram? No, it was not a dispute at all. In fact, KK had great affection for Ram. She loved him more dearly than her own son Bharat. But her mind was poisoned because of the bad company of Mantra. It was Mantra that planted the seed of disruption in the kingdom. Holy Mother reminds us again and again that if we want peace of mind, do not find faults in others. Rather see your own faults. Learn to make the whole world your own. Sri Ramakrishna advises householders to create a holy atmosphere by having the right attitude and being selfless. Once there were two brothers, one a bachelor, the other married. They owned a farm whose fertile soil yielded an abundance of grain. Half the grain went to one brother and half to the other. All went well at first. Then every now and then the married man began to wake from his sleep and think, "This isn't fair. My brother isn't married and he gets half the produce of the farm. Here I am with a wife and 5 children, so I have all the security I need for my old age. But who will care for my poor brother when he gets old? He needs to save much more for the future than he does at present, so his need is obviously greater than mine." With that thought, he would get out of bed, walk over to his brother's place, and pour a sackful of grain into his brother's granary. The bachelor too began to feel deeply for his brother. Every now and then he would wake from his sleep and say to himself, "This simply isn't fair. My brother has a wife and 5 children, and he gets half the produce of the land. I have no one except myself to support. Is it fair that my poor brother, whose need is far greater than mine, should receive exactly as much as I do?" Then he would get out of bed and pour a sack full of grain into his brother's granary. One night, they got out of bed at the same time and met each other, each with a sack of grain on his back. Many years later, after their death, people got to know about this unconditional love that they shared. So when the town folks wanted to build a temple, they chose a spot at which the 2 brothers met, for they could not think of any place in the town that was holier than that. What is the reason for the intimate relationship that existed between Ram and Lakshman, Bharat and Shatrugna? The brothers were born when each queen had a share of the same payasam, prasad. King Dasharatha performed a yagna or havan so that his queens could have children. Agni Devi emerged from the sacrificial fire with a bowl of payasam. Sage Vashishta asked the king to distribute this to his 3 queens. Sumitra's 2 children, Lakshman and Shatrugna, started crying as soon as they were born, while Ram, the son of Kaushalya, and Bharat, the son of KK, had blissful smiles on their faces in their cradles. The children of Sumitra puzzled everybody by their incessant cry. Sumitra tried various means to pacify them, but to no avail. King Dasharatha consulted several physicians to cure the strange sickness of Sumitra's children, but nothing worked. Sumitra then called sage Vashishta to solve her problem. The eminent sage meditated for some time and said, "O mother, you need not administer any medicine to alleviate your children's suffering. All you have to do is to keep Lakshman by the side of Ram and Shatrugna in the cradle of Bharat." Sumitra did accordingly and found that Lakshman and Shatrugna stopped crying immediately. The 2 children, who had refused to drink milk till then, joyfully had their feet and played in the cradle. Surprised at the sudden change of behavior, Sumitra prayed to the sage to explain the cause of this conduct. Sage Vashishta explained to her, O mother, Lakshmana and Shatrughna are the ansh or parts of Ram and Bharat respectively. So when they were united, they became blissful. If we analyze the underlying meaning of every incident in the Ramayana, all of them point to only one principle, the principle of unity. Consciously or unconsciously, we all seek mutual acceptance. The process of globalization is a process that is trying to move towards togetherness or integration on our little planet. All social units, beginning with the family, hold unity as a worthy goal. The idea of oneness is seen as a precursor and prerequisite to harmony, peace, and fulfillment. We have to get rid of barriers like jealousy, hatred, greed, and selfishness if we wish to nurture healthy, peaceful relationships. Another important value that the Ramayana conveys is selfless sacrifice. This is especially relevant in our present times that are characterized by obsessive selfishness. Contemporary culture largely glamorizes the me paradigm, which impels people to seek their personal gratification without caring about the consequences. The calmer and more integrated we are, the greater is the expression of compassion and understanding in our dealings with the others. The purpose of life is not just to have happy relationships, but nurture our relationships as a means to spiritual growth. May Sri Ram bless us with unswerving love so that we can build healthy relationships and love selflessly. Jai Sri Ram.
Spriha Raghupate Vedaye Asmadiye Satyam Vadami Cha Bhavan Akhilantaratma Bhaktim Prayancha Raghupungava Gīdharame Kamadidosharahitam Gurumanasam Cha Om Shri Sītā Lakshmana Bharata Shatrughna Hanumat Sameta Shri Ramachandra Parabrahmane Namaha Sītā harana tāta jani kahahu pitā jaya जो मेरा मत kula sahita kahihi dasanana आई श्री श्यावर रामचंद्र की जय श्री राम जय जय राम 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 गीधा देह तजी धरी हरि रूपा भूषण बहुपट पीत अनूपा श्याम गात विशाल भुज चारी स्तुति करत नयन भरी भारी श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम गुण गुण प्रेरक सही, दस शीस बाहु प्रचंड खंडन, चंद सर मंडन मही, पाठोदगात सरोज मुख, राजीव आयत लोचनम, नित नौमि राम कृपाल, बाहु विशाल भव भय मोचनम, बलम अप्रमेयम अनादिम अव्यक्तमेकम अगोचरम, गोविंद गोपर द्वंद्वहर, विज्ञान घन धरणीधरम, जे राम मंत्र जपंत संत, अनंत जन मन रंजनम, नित नौमि राम अकाम प्रिय, कामादि खलदल गंजनम, जेहि श्रुति निरंजन ब्रह्म व्यापक, विरज अज कहि गावहि, करि ध्यान ज्ञान विराग लोचन, अनेक मुनि जेहि पावहि, सो प्रगट करुणा कंद शोभा, बृंद अग जग मोहनि, मम हृदय पंकज भृंग अंग, अनंग बहु छवि सोहरि, जो अगम सुगम सुभाग निर्मल, असम सम शीतल सदा, पश्यन्ति जम जोगी जतन, करि करत मन गो बस सदा, सो राम रमा निवास संतत दास, बस त्रिभुवन धनी, मम उर बसौ सो समन संस्कृति, जासु कीरति पावनी,
अविरल भगति मागी बर, गीध गयो हरिधाम, तेहि की क्रिया जथोचित, निज कर कीन्ही राम, श्री सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। दीन दयाल दीन दयाल, दीन दयाल हरि दीन दयाल, दीन दयाल दीन दयाल, दीन दयाल हरि दीन दयाल, कोमल चित अति दीन दयाला, कारण बिनु रघुनाथ कृपाला, दीर्घ अधम खग आमिष भोगी, गति दीनी जो जाचत जोगी, दीन दयाल दीन दयाल, दीन दयाल हरि दीन दयाल, सुनहु उमा के लोग अभागी, हरि तजी होहि विषय अनुरागी, पुनि सीतहि खोजत दो भाई, चले बिलोकत बन बहुताई, दीन दयाल दीन दयाल, दीन दयाल हरि दीन दयाल, संकुल लता बिटप घन कानन, बहु खग मृगत गज पंचानन, आवत पंथ कबंध निपाता, तेहि सब कही साप के बाता, दीन दयाल मोहि दीन्हि सापा प्रभु पद पेखि मिटा सो पापा सुनु गंधर्व कहु मैं तोहि मोहि न सोहाई ब्रह्म कुल द्रोही दीन दयाल दीन दयाल दीन दयाल हरि दीन दयाल दीन दयाल दीन दयाल दीन दयाल हरि दीन दयाल दीन दयाल दीन दयाल दीन दयाल हरि दीन दयाल
मन क्रम बचन कपट तजी जो कर भूसुर सेवा मोहि समेत बिरंचि सिवा बसता के सब देवा श्री सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय श्री अम्बे अम्बे मात की जय।
ॐ जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे भक्त जनों के संगत भक्त जनों के संगत क्षण में दूर करे ओम जय जगदीश हरे जो ध्यावे फल पावे दुख विनशे मन का स्वामी दुख विनशे मन का सुख संपत्ति घर आवे सुख संपत्ति घर आवे कष्ट मिटे तन का ओम जय जगदीश हरे मात पिता तुम मेरे शरण गहूँ किसकी स्वामी शरण गहूँ किसकी तुम बिना और न दूजा तुम बिना और न दूजा आस करो जिसकी ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम पूर्ण परमात्मा तुम अनंतरयामी स्वामी तुम अनंतरयामी पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर तुम सबके स्वामी ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम करुणा के सागर तुम पालन करता स्वामी तुम पालन करता मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी कृपा करो भरता ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम हो एक अगोचर सबके प्राणपति स्वामी सबके प्राणपति विस विधि मिलो दया में विस विधि मिलो दया में तुमको मैं कुमति ओम जय जगदीश हरे दीन बंधु दुख हरता तुम रक्षक मेरे स्वामी तुम रक्षक मेरे करुणा सेवा ॐ जय जगदीश हरे
ॐ जय जगदीश हरे
स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे भक्त जनों के संकट भक्त जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे ॐ जय जगदीश हरे
कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवन् भवानी सहितं नमामि भवन् भवानी सहितं नमामि मङ्गलं भगवान् विष्णु मङ्गलं गरुडध्वज मङ्गलं पुण्डरीकाक्ष मङ्गलाय तनोहरि सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते ॐ श्री राम कृष्ण भगवान की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय श्री अम्बे अम्बे मात की जय श्री सियावर रामचंद्र की जय
Om Namo Narayanaya, dear sisters and brothers. There are beautiful prayers in the Ramayana. When we read and contemplate on them, great strength manifests in us and we feel energized. A prayer to Sri Ram says, O Lord of the Raghus, in truth I tell thee, I have no other desire in my heart, and you who are the inner self of all knowest it. Give me but ardent devotion, O best of the Raghus, and make my mind free from all impurities like anger and other vices. O Lord, give us the wisdom to live in harmony with all. May the compassionate Lord shower his infinite grace on us so that we can live in peace and unity. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
ॐ सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे
कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरि ओम तत्सत्।
जय श्री गुरु महाराज की
जय।
महामाई की
जय।
स्वामी जी महाराज की
जय।
गंगा मात की
जय।
महावीर स्वामी जी की
जय।
सर्व ऋषि मुनियों की
जय। पार्वती पतये हर हर महा